What's going on, world? It's your boy Shamann, and we back with episode 4 of Shamann Walton's 100% Real podcast, where everything we talk about is 100% real, bringing you the latest on sports, politics, music, and of course, community. Don't forget to go out and get my book, From Juvenile Hall to City Hall. Your resume can change. Amazon.com, hardcover, softcover. But I'm excited today because we here for episode 4. We got rapper, actor, entrepreneur, executive director, mentor, and of course, straight up mogul, Big Rich, right out of San Francisco in the building. How you doing this morning?
Brother, I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
Thanks for coming on, man. So, real quick, what you want to say to the people? Say what's up, say hello, say
Man, happy holidays to everybody. I know, it's that time we fighting through a lot, but we here. We got y'all back. The city is here, the Bay Area is here. I'm just happy to be alive, raising these kids, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody and their families, dog. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
And it's a real treat, and we're gonna really dive into one of the pioneers of Bay Area music and so many other things that's going on right now here in our region. But real quick, like, how did you get started in the rap game? How did you get started in the business? What got you connected and everything?
It's a long story and a short story. And I was blessed to be around some legendary talent when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousins and them is the Neutrons and Jay Valentine, Bobby Newt,
for sure.
RIP to Big Ron Newt and Lil Ronnie Newt.
That's right.
So I was exposed to that younger, but I wasn't ready to do nothing. I was like an 8-year-old bodyguard at that time when the Neutrons was thriving and doing their thing. And
I remember We Like Girls, like
yeah, it was lit back in the day. It was a cool vibe. But my parents they from the game. They from the street. So I was just always involved in cool people, bro. Just always around cool people. If they was gangsters, if they was whatever, prostitutes, if it also singers, Sly Stone and everybody. Right. So I was exposed to it, but I wanted to be a basketball player and a ninja at that time. You feel me? Right. But a few years later, my other cousins, Mark D, New Rich, and Orange, they introduced me to this kid. He was a kid at the time, and his name was San Quinn.
Right. Shout out to San Quinn.
Shout out to San Quinn. So I think at that time, I was like 9, so Quinn had to be around 12 or 13. And he wrote my first verse, and we did this song called King of the Stage, right? I still wasn't ready. We used to go after school practice in my uncle's garage. Right. Quinn was back then, and Quinn blew up. So when Quinn got with JT and he put out his first album and everything, he took off. So I was like, all right, let me get back to basketball and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we was just I'm from the Banneker Homes over in Fillmore. And some of my
that's
boys.
what I was gonna get to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's
Quinn. You talking about JT? I was gonna ask you where y'all from.
Yeah. So we from Fillmore. We all, I guess, what they would call now is downtown or down the way. So I'm from an area called Banneker Homes, Grove Street, 800 block, all the stuff that it turned into all throughout the years. But just a lot of us was in the Bannekers. We used to all like our spot in that time. This is like 92, 93. Mm-hmm. That was like where everybody had come. It had the icy house in there, like the icy lady. You know what I mean? Like it was cool. It wasn't we weren't. It was low income, so we weren't the projects. Yeah. It wasn't beat up. It was kind of nice. We had grass and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was cool. So everybody used to congregate over there, and some dudes was just freestyling. My friends, they were just freestyling, and I was like, yo, like my mama had bought me this karaoke machine and this little rap man Casio. I was like, man, I can record y'all up the street. You know what I mean? So we went upstairs the next day, and we did like 3 straight days of recording. We just kind of locked in. And then that's when I felt like I found my way in the music industry. I was an engineer.
Old were you at this time?
I was 11.
Okay.
I was 11. I was going into the sixth grade at Roosevelt Middle School, and it was that summer before. And I remember I like by maybe 2 or 3 months later, I put together a little cassette tape, made a compilation, and was up in my school booming them. You know what I mean? I'm in the 6th grade, making a name for myself in the school, booming this compilation called the BRP compilation with a bunch of my young homies from the hood, and I just never turned back. I wanted to be a CEO from that moment, and then rapping kind of stumbled upon me a few years later when I joined the group Fully Loaded, and that's with my brothers Toriano and Bailey.
So going back to Fully Loaded with Toriano and Bailey, and shout out to them, and of course the work you did at a young age. But
yes, sir.
Like when I think of Fillmore, and a lot of folks don't know this, but of course we know this 100% in San Francisco and the Bay Area. But Fillmore is the Harlem of the West.
Yeah.
And so coming up in Fillmore and having that culture, that rich history. Like, was any of that a connection to y'all for the music and the rap game? Like,
Yeah,
did that have anything to do with it?
it's like, imagine growing up. I know you can understand. It's like you growing up in a movie. Like I feel like we seen so many things. We was exposed to so much. It just always, like, life always felt bigger than life in certain ways, right? We seen like bigger than life characters and personalities, and I think that definitely reflected on our pen game. You know what I mean? Like we kind of gravitated more towards East Coast music. I know growing up, all our favorite rappers, you know, besides Tupac, he's my favorite rapper of all time, but he's even from New York. Right. But with us, we, you know, EPMD, Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane. That was my introduction to music, and it kind of reflected in our style, our swagger, the way we dress. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
So you did music for a long time, made a name for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Have some hits, been out there. One of the things I wanted to ask you about too is because you were part of one of the biggest songs to hit San Francisco. Like, you know, there might be a couple of more, but this is one of the songs where everybody in San Francisco recognize this song, and that's the anthem.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel being a part of something that legendary, that big part of history that to this day, you know, the anthem, when it's played, everybody know and understand San Francisco and know who it is.
Right. I mean, no, it feels great. I think in the beginning, I just always go back to how we created it and the way that we created it, and those stories always line up with a lot of other artists. Like it wasn't meant to be what it became, right? Like it was I was coming off of my first album, and it was like the buzz is there. I was like even though I had already been rapping for a long time, I felt like one of the new hot dudes in the Bay. That's kind of like was a thing. So I was building a rapport with Trax A Million, rest in peace Trax. He's no longer with us, but he produced the record, and he just sent it to me one day. He was like, "Look, Rich, I haven't sent it to nobody else yet. I just want you to hear it first. If you like it, mess with it. I think it can be something." And I played it. Me and my little brother Cannon. I'm still with Cannon every day to this day. We listening to it up in the Banneker's every day, just like, man, I don't know, man. This stuff it's kind of corny, you know. Like that's what I'm saying, because I'm on some. I got my audience. I already know what my sound is, and I wasn't ready. So I sent it to Chuck. Yeah. And then Chuck, shout out to Street Cred CEO Chuck. He sent it to Boo Banga and Quinn, because at that time Boo was signed to our record label Street Cred Music Group, and Quinn, of course, you can't do the anthem without Quinn. Right. We also shot it over to Mess, and Mess declined as well. And so when Mess declined it, I was like, see, this shit is kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's like this.
You know, to some people who may not know the anthem, you know, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, Tony Bennett, that's the music that they use. So it ain't necessarily really connecting to the rap game.
100%. But it was like my age, influence, all that. I'm just like, nah, you know, it's cool, but not for me. Right. So Quinn and Boo put their verses on it. And they're like, all right, now what you gonna do? You gonna give up this song? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it was sent to you. You know what I mean? You gonna give it up? Yeah. I was like, hell nah. So I ran over to DEO studio. I think I wrote the verse in like 10 minutes. There you go. I wrote the verse in like 10 minutes, and I had the first verse on there. So I wanted to make sure that we can make it simple enough that people can chant it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to make sure that the record was simple. I didn't want to do too much and get hella lyrical on it. Right. Have those little spots, you know what I'm saying? We laid it down one take. If you listen to the intro, I'm over there apologize. I was like, I want to apologize. And nobody knew what that meant, but I was apologizing to the rest of the boys, like Quinn, Boo, Chuck, Trax, everybody that was waiting on me to finish the song. Yeah. And then we sent it back to Trax. Trax added a few things to it, finished the drums, added the singer on there, and then sent it back. Chuck sent it to Vaughn over at KMEL. That thing just went it went nuts.
And you see, that's how history get made sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't expect something that we do or something we work on to hit like it do.
Yeah.
But that is a legendary track for us here in the Bay Area, and something that is obviously going to be forever read in San Francisco.
Definitely.
So the music game, obviously you did that. You know, you had your success there. But now, man, you acting, you know, you started a nonprofit that is connecting young folks to all aspects of the industry. And let me just say this, because one of the things I really love seeing is the fact that right here in San Francisco, we got an organization that's not only exposing young people to all the arts. You know, y'all deal with fashion, music, acting,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of everything, entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
But not only are y'all teaching these young folks that and got a nonprofit going, but these folks actually getting contracts and they're actually getting deals. And I want to make sure people know that that's happening right here in San Francisco with Project Level. These young folks is learning all aspects of the industry,
right?
But they also getting paid for the work that they do for their creativity. So
Absolutely.
I love seeing that. That's special to me. But how did Project Level get started? You know, we're gonna jump in that, and then we're gonna go talk about acting and you being in movies and everything now too. But
no doubt, no doubt. I think best way to put it, 2003, 2004, right before I got signed to start that. Like that Anthem came from me getting a deal at Koch Records through Street Cred Music Group. Yeah. All of that happened in 05. But like in 04, LaRon and Demo the youngster. I want to tell this because we always forget this part. So I want to tell it because Ronsky, that's my cuz. I want everybody to know. So Ron and Demo came and grabbed me and was like, yo, London Breed just built a studio across the street at the Cultural Center, and she needs somebody to go in there. So I went in there, I messed with it. I wasn't ready yet. I was the engineer. I had a vision. It wasn't Project Level yet. It was just like, it's a recording studio. We're gonna get the kids recording. I feel like I failed because I didn't do a good enough job. I think London had to let me go like 6 months later. And then I also got my deal at around the same time, so I was gone. I was out of there. And then, so we went on the run, 2009, 2010, me and Danielle started a marketing company where we was helping independent artists kind of navigate through the business. So that same mind frame.
So you was already, just for people to know.
Yeah.
Even though you was doing the music thing, you was already doing things outside of the box, something different.
Yeah.
Continuing with your hustle. Not
right. And even if you think about it, like from the goal, my plan was to always be behind the scenes. My goal was to always, I love it. I do it. I know how I'm good at it. I know how to put my cape on and go be that. But then I'm more comfortable helping artists. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like giving them, I could relate to them. I feel like I want to give them the things I always wanted as a team around me. You know what I'm saying? So I try to give them that. And then 2010, we started the marketing company, but we was fighting a recession at the time. Right. A lot of people was working 9 to 5s to put into their music career at that time, right? The industry was shifting. It was going from analog and CDs and stuff like that to digital. You know, it was going to iTunes, and eventually it turned into streaming.
Herm talked about the switch and the transition.
Exactly. So I was like, damn, like, you know, we was making some good money off the rap industry, and I kind of didn't want to die with the rap industry. So we started the marketing company, but artists was struggling. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, I ain't got $2,500 to go invest in this promo tour and stuff like that. So we was like, all right, we need to start younger. We need to start at an age where they can grow up into this and understand what it takes to sacrifice and all that. No knock on the artists that we was dealing with at that time. It was rough. You feel me?
For sure.
So we ran into London, you know, so now she's 8-9 years ED. Shout out to Mary Breed. Sure. We ran into her. We kind of like pitched her this idea. She said, man, come up there. You know what I'm saying? So now 8 years later, we get back up to the Culture Center. Studio at that time wasn't being used. And she was like, look, like, if you can get this going, y'all can have it. Y'all can do y'all thing. So this time around, I remember like 8 years before. Yeah. So I'm like, Danielle, we need a plan. We need a whole, you know what I mean? Told her told her what my thoughts was. 2 weeks later, she came back with the whole blueprint. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Presented it to London and Nicola, and we was off to the races. And then the goal this time, though, was it was a lot of recording studios in the city at that time, but the whole thing that you mentioned, what do these kids do when they leave this building, right? Like, would they had a CD, what they gonna do with it? We wanted to bring, while we were still hot in the music industry, we wanted to bring all those resources in and make sure that we can get some kind of pipeline, some kind of synergy going, so they can have something further than the program.
And then, you know, as we talk about further in the program, it wasn't just music. Like, I mean, you got folks, you know, with contracts with all kind of different brands, you know, whether it be makeup,
modeling, dancing, makeup,
dancing, like all aspects of the industry.
Right.
And how did you connect to that? Was that part of the vision originally, or it just grew into that?
Yeah, the
talent of the young people that came through the door.
It was close. It was like we wanted to make like what we called at that time like a Renaissance artist, like a Kanye West at the time, that knew how to produce, knew how to direct his own videos, knew how to do all of those things and understand that from those lenses. And we were starting on that, but it was hard because you're dealing with 14-year-old people who still just trying to learn how to be a human at that point, right? So the other department started coming from the interest from the youth that came in that didn't know how to rap and dance. You feel me? And like the Chloes of the world, or the Jasmines, or Taylor and Tyler, Mizo.
Right.
Mizo was into fashion. She was,
Right.
you know, young, beautiful girl. So she like, I want to wear clothes and design them.
Right.
So she was up first. Like she was 13, like repurposing old shorts and turn them into, you know what I mean? Like, so that's like, okay, we got something. So fashion was kind of like the first thing we dived into after music. And then dance became like the big thing. And then that's when they started dancing for everybody. They was opening up for celebrities. They was even opening up at City Hall for the mayor, you know what I mean? So it kind of got cool. So dance, fashion, and of course photography and graphic design and all that, because we knew how important the media side was going to become. But you know, this is in 2012 where that wasn't necessarily like normal yet. It wasn't normalized. Like YouTube was still trying. Yeah, it was. So we was kind of like getting a few bumps and bruises here and there because the city, the funders, they just didn't understand what we was trying to do, or they hadn't seen the value yet, right? And then so we just kept pushing until.
Well, and that's why, you know, I wanted to touch on that too, because as you talked about, it started with the music part, and a lot of people who might be around what's happening, what's taking place, but me, they may not be musically inclined.
Yeah.
But everybody got a gift. All our young folks got a gift, and y'all found a way to pull everybody in.
Yes.
On all aspects of the industry, and didn't pigeonhole people.
Not at all.
And folks expressed what their creativity was, and y'all also found a way to connect them to opportunities for that.
Right.
So that's big.
Thank you, bro.
And I just really want to pay homage for that.
Yes, sir.
So project level, rap artist, music artist, acting.
Yeah.
You really got movie acting credits.
Yes.
You've actually been on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
How did that start? How did that come about?
Unexpected, bro. It was crazy. So what was this? It started before COVID. I was really inspired by what they did with The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I was inspired by that because first I was a little salty at first because I'm like, hey man, how the hell they did a rendition of my song in the movie? Didn't invite me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I'm like, it's cool. I still went. And we were actually able to do the Fillmore premiere for it at the Kabuki Theater. The city had asked us to get involved with it, and we sold it out. It was like 600 seats in the big room in Kabuki. In like literally like 15 hours, we had to get all these seats filled. We filled it up, and we did like a Q&A. It was real cool. And you know, of course, my brothers Gunna and Stunnerman and them was all in the movie, so it was an honor to do that. And me and Jamal Truelove had started building a relationship at that time. And he was like, look, Rich, I'm working on this movie. It's called Punk Kids. I want you to be in it because they wanted Jasmine to star in it. And she ended up starring in it. But they was like, we want you to play her dad. Yeah, shout out to Jasmine Corley. And we ended up like, he brought me on as one of the executive producers. We were able to invest in it and do that. That was fun too, just seeing how the movie industry worked.
So I forgot to add executive producer.
Yeah, executive producer of Punk Kids and a few other films that's finna come out too. And then we but I wanted to take it serious. I literally, we hired an acting coach that was already kind of teaching the youth at project level. So we was like, all right, look, we need you for me and Jasmine. And we just trained. We worked hard on those roles, and we practiced. And then in the midst of that, I got signed to Stars Management, which is like the biggest acting and modeling agency in Northern California. I got signed to them. I ended up doing like a Samsung commercial in my first week. And they paid good, man. They gave me like $5,000 to just laugh on camera. Right. So I was like, all right, I like this. You know what I mean? It's COVID time. I had a lot more free. I had free time. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, all right, let's go. Let's give it a shot. Then we went, shot the movie. It took some time. I loved it. I liked it. And I ended up doing a few other roles. It's about to come out soon. And I'm about to do actually another big show that bridges Oakland and San Francisco. It's a fictional story based on some like, it's kind of reality a little bit. You will see. I can't give too much on it, but I play like this crime boss from Oakland though. They don't even got me from the city. I'm from Oakland on this one.
That's why it's called acting.
And it's called acting, 100%. And I love it though, man. It's all the art. You know, it's all about expression. I took what I learned from being a rapper and an artist and just kind of moved it over to acting. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun and it challenged me. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
And that's why it's just so important as we had these conversations. And
yes, sir.
Like I told you, I want to highlight the latest in music and
Mm-hmm.
politics
Mm-hmm.
and community and sports, what we got going on.
Absolutely.
Episode 1, I had Black Sea. Episode 2, I had C.J. Anderson. He used to play for the Broncos.
For the Broncos.
Herm Lewis, the creator of
the legend. The legend.
And I just want people to see how many aspects of talent that we got going on right here in this region.
Absolutely.
So rapping,
Mm-hmm.
executive director,
Mm-hmm.
actor. Don't let me forget executive producer.
Yes.
And now we also got to talk about the clothing line.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I'm obviously rocking my Mogul shirt.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
And the creativity behind that.
Shamann and Percy been supporting Mogul since day one, y'all. 1,000%. Shout out to them, for real.
So how you come up with the idea of Mogul and the brand?
Right. I feel like with anything, right? Like you want it's easier to do something that's already a part of your life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like not trying to reinvent the wheel and do everything from scratch. It's just harder sometimes. So with us, like I feel like when you add up everything that you just mentioned, it kind of equals a mogul, or at least a mogul on a way, right? You get what I'm saying? So I feel like wanted to come up with a brand, a lifestyle brand that matches what I do every day. You know what I mean? So I felt like Mogul fit. Also, I always been very personalized. Like throughout my career, I always had a jersey with my name on it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a Niners jersey, it had Big Rich on the back. I always like to personalize stuff, and especially because being a big dude my whole life. There you go. I had to build my clothes sometimes, so I was like, might as well get in it and just kind of just give a different perspective. It's a niche like line because everybody ain't. I mean, even though entrepreneurship has became a lot more popular now, but at that time it was just kind of like something that if you know, you know. And I wanted to do something that kind of educated people on stuff and just get into that bag and understanding how to hustle and be self-sufficient and not dependent upon, a job or whatever, but still being able to work both of those systems, right? So Mogul is like, it's corporate, it's street, it's everything kind of all combined. It's the hustle, but it also has a corporate format too. You know what I mean? So I love it. And just what we doing,
That Big Rich swag.
Yes, sir.
And that branding that I love to see. And you and the Project Level team, y'all do a great job of making sure that everything you do is a production.
Yeah.
It's big. And everybody gonna understand that, and they gotta understand that. And so I just love to see it. Particularly, again, I gotta emphasize the opportunity that you're giving young people.
Yes, sir.
And so with all the things you've done, managing, you also manage artists.
Yeah.
You also put artists in a spot, an opportunity to be successful outside of what you're doing with Project Level. Was that always part of the plan too? How did you get in that? And
how
do you like the managing part of this?
I think when we started Project Level, we thought that was going to be our way to stay close to the music industry, but not have to dive back into the politics of it, right? And when in 2017 we had met this kid named 24K Golden, and we assisted. Shout out to Golden. He just got off of another tour. I see he in the Bahamas relaxing now. I love it. But he was a youngster that came through the program the summer of 2017. It was summer 2017, and we just saw how talented he was. And his big brother Paperboy, like I had a rapport with him, and he like, yo, like whatever we can do. So we knew some people down in LA. Shout out to Stretch. Yeah. Stretch is a mogul himself. Yeah. That's done a lot for artists out here, and he loved Golden. He was like, I'm already up on him, so we set up a meeting, flew him down there, or we flew down to meet them down there. Yeah. The meeting went well. Stretch signed him on the spot, and like less than 2 months later, he was signed to Columbia Records, a multi-million-dollar deal, and then now his single Mood is about to be diamond probably in the next 6 months. That's what's up. And it's like when we got that, we was like, like, you know what I mean? Like, we probably can dive back up in this. So that was kind of the beginning. And then our official, like, relaunch back into the music industry was with Stunner Man 02 and the whole Big Stepping movement. Yep. He reached out.
I remember that. Shout out to Stunner Man.
Shout out to Stunner Man. He wanted some help, and he just wanted this, that, and the third. So we were big on Instagram at that time and just, like, building brands and stuff. So Danielle came up with the whole plan of doing the challenge, the Big Stepping Challenge. Yeah. He did it. We went and piled up probably like 15 days worth of challenges. It was all pre-recorded. So we like, okay, by the time we get to week 2, we should have some momentum. We ran that play. It started catching on. I started making a few phone calls here and there. We got E40 on board. We got the Niners on board. We ended up getting with Empire, got them on board. 24K Golden was doing his return home. We did Outside Lands. He brought Stunner Man out. And was off to the races. Yeah, and at that point, we was like, oh, yeah, me and Danielle was like, we back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what got us back into artist management and stuff like that.
Obviously, you got an eye for talent.
Yes.
Obviously. But aside from just the eye for talent, you also knew how to give people the recipe and the strategies to grow, build, and climb and be successful. And so, one shout out to Danielle and
yes, sir.
Like, you've been building this brand, but also including family. Like your whole family is talented.
Absolutely.
Was that something you always wanted to instill in your children, or they just took it on their own? Like, how did that come about? Because I always tell you, shout out to Lonnie, shout out to BB, shout out to Gigi, but I always tell you, like, I can see BB gonna be a star,
right?
Right. And I've been knowing that for a long time.
Yeah,
I said it here first. Just
once again, Shamann has been supporting BB career from the beginning. I'm talking about from it's crazy. It's like how all this came back full circle. And to answer your question, we wanted them not to be in the industry. Right. Or if anything, we wanted Alani to be behind the scenes, kind of like what I always wanted to do and do what like Danielle did and stuff like that or does. Mm-hmm. And BB just like, nah, I'm in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like since she was like 3. Right. Like since she was 3, she was like, I'm in front of the camera. She auditioned for Black Shakespeare over at the Cultural Center. What was that? The Cinderella story, I believe. She auditioned, got the role as baby Cinderella and never stopped. Right. And she just loves it. She loves to be in front of the camera. Now, now she just made 18. She's growing into a young woman. She has her what's that, like antisocial anxiety here and there, which is great because she's been in front of she's been performing in front of thousands of people her whole life. But she's actually finna make her return as an adult now. We've been kind of like when she hit about 14, was like, let's chill. Yep. That's that medium age right there where find yourself growing to being that young woman and let's re-enter. But she just always had it. And then Gigi is I don't know. I ain't never seen nothing like Gigi, right? Her energy is she's different than all of them. So I'm excited to see what she wants to become as well. But if it was up to me, they just would have been. I mean, they were always around. Every award show, every tour I did, they'd be on stage with me. So they was always there, but it was never with the intentions for them to get in. But BB, we couldn't stop her. We couldn't hold her back.
So what's on the horizon now? You didn't done it all. You're doing it all. As we talk about, I know you said you got some projects in the acting world. Yeah. What's coming up? What can we expect to see from Big Rich the next year? Right. Next 2 years, next 5 years.
I'm really honestly, man. You caught me in the middle of like a complete rebuild. We're not project level. Still is going to be here forever. 10-15 is going to be here forever. But personally, I'm just on a rebuild journey of. Like
10-15 is the management.
10-15 is the management. Project level is the organization. But I'm in the middle of a rebuild as far as like just like rejuvenating and refocusing. Like even the management side, like we're not really actively managing anybody right now. Just so we can reset. No bad blood with nobody. We just like, yo, that's a hustle and bustle. It's a game. I still love Project Level, so we've been working. Of course, Chloe is what we were at Project Level. She's running it. Right. So we revamping everything. Chloe. Yeah, like we revamping everything.
That's also how you build leadership.
Absolutely.
Make sure.
No, absolutely. Jasmine, Troy, the whole team is still together, and we're relaunching that. But I'm personally in the middle of a rebuild, and what it becomes, I'm excited to see. Like I remember, started off wanting to be a ninja, right? You know what I mean? Became a rapper. And then we went from rapping to community, and then we went from community back a film on ninja to the core. And then we went from that, then we to the community, and then we went back into the music industry as management. And then now I'm really, of course we did acting. I'm just like looking into investing, doing all kind of different stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I didn't have time to do while I was so engulfed in the industry. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at that, but I'm excited though. It's fun, and we gonna keep all of the brands sustained. We're doing a lot of events. We jumped off. We did a big one for All-Star Weekend last year, and now we're getting ready for Super Bowl. We have our big shoe giveaway with Shoe Palace we do every year. That's coming up next week. I don't know when this is
Around the
airing, but
holiday
yeah, around the
time,
holiday
right.
time.
Thank
December.
you for that too.
No, of course,
Because
of
a
course.
lot of youngsters get the benefit.
Yeah, no, for real. Like we have a great partnership with Shoe Palace, like just personal, deep stuff with the boys over there that own it. Shout out to Jason, shout out to John, Elijah, the whole team.
That's right.
And we're gonna always do something special with them. You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. But I think like being able to sit back and kind of like reflect on everything and enjoy it and rebuild. I want to keep things fresh. I feel like every 4 or 5 years it's a good time to kind of like reboot yourself. And I know in the music industry, I was always known for reinventing myself. So you literally caught me in the middle of that. So something good gonna be in the next year.
I
or
mean,
two.
that's what I love because
Right.
it's always something new,
Mm-hmm.
always something different, always
Mhm.
a different lane, always a new type of hustle that I get to watch
Mhm.
and learn in. And I
And-
learn
and-
a lot from watching what you do.
And you
So I
you
appreciate
know
that.
you about to go on to your next embarkment. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
it's a good time. And I think like we need to teach that as well, like adjusting and getting ready and forecasting the future as business people, as entrepreneurs, as leaders. It's our job to stay ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep innovating and keep bringing more opportunities to our city and our community.
And versatility is important. And I always say to not just young people, but to people,
Mm-hmm.
the more options you have,
Right.
the better decisions you go.
Absolutely.
So,
Because you don't feel boxed in, locked in on
Exactly.
something.
exactly.
That can create a toxic, system right there, and you start hating your job and what you do because you
Right.
feel like you ain't got nothing else that you can
That's
do.
right.
So we got to keep our options open and also be mindful that there's thousands of people that's looking to us to be their inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we got to keep inspiring, man. That's the highest level, right? You can give in those
That's
efforts,
right.
inspire somebody else
That's
to be
right.
something.
So when
Absolutely.
can we expect the next Mogul line to come out?
We going hard this spring. We're gonna do some. I was trying to do it during the summer, but I got some great designs and some great stuff. So we're gonna launch it in the spring. We're gonna do a big event like you said. I always want to do some kind of production. Last time we rented the top floor of this
Yeah,
penthouse
it was amazing.
and tried to turn it into like
That's
a
right.
Moguls. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
so we're gonna do something next level
We got
again.
some good footage of that too.
Yes, it's some good stuff.
You
So
got me going to do some of my throwback posts.
absolutely. So yeah, we getting ready for that, bro. It's gonna be fun. But new projects on the way. I've been in the studio. I haven't recorded in 15 plus
That's
years.
what's up.
Me and the
Ready for
group
that.
fully loaded. We making a I ain't gonna say a comeback. We doing a new album. We got like 15 songs. We're mixing it right
Oh,
now.
y'all in there, ain't
Oh
you?
no, we in there.
That's
The
what I'm
album
talking
is basically done. We got some features that's gonna shock people on that album, and we're getting ready to start mixing and then shooting some videos, and we're gonna launch that. So I'm excited. Like I said, it's weird. It's like I kind of took a break a little bit from social media just to kind of like regroup. But we working. We
No, you
always
working.
gonna cook.
You ain't, that's
Yeah,
that's what taking a break. That's what taking a break means.
Yeah.
But
To
make
get
sure
back
you
to
let
work.
me know when the video shoots.
Absolutely,
happen.
absolutely, bro.
Obviously, I'm gonna slide through, and I'm gonna tell you, you still look good on stage. You still got command of the stage. I
Thank you,
remember
bro.
when you performed at Carnival,
Mhm,
and how the team came out, and
Yes,
it
sir.
was over.
Yeah,
So
that was fun.
You
It
still
was
got
fun.
it. I don't want anybody to think.
Yeah.
different about
Nah.
that.
But we gonna make sure we do it right, and we gonna embrace the youngsters and know that it is a young man's game, but it's places for us.
That's right.
It's still a place. 'Cause without us, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing
That's
today. So hopefully we can bridge that gap.
So you talked about your love for New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you've been there plenty of times. You had an opportunity to go out there. How did it feel when you went to New York and saw yourself project level on a billboard in Times Square?
And that was a dream. I felt like having a billboard in Times Square. Like I was like, like hell nah, it never happened.
Not everybody get that.
Nah, for real. And shout out to Forever 21. They made that happen, and that whole process was amazing for us. It inspired us, and I think I'm super inspired by the East Coast. Like just sitting on Chase Center floor for the first time was inspired by Jay-Z talking about Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? And I never saw what it was about Madison. I went there. I was like, man, this place old and beat up, but the it's just the essence and that vibe, that energy, even from Spike Lee and the Knicks in the 80s and the 90s. Like, I felt it, but I always wanted to bring that kind of energy to our city, too. You know what I mean?
So there was an incident
Yes, sir.
where you and the project level team
Yeah.
at Forever 21, where y'all were profiled,
Yes.
and they disrespected you and treated y'all
Yeah.
like y'all were coming in to
Definitely.
rob the store.
Right.
And I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
I was ready to smash.
I remember we talked.
Ready to
Yeah.
go to the media. I was ready to go crazy.
Right.
But you did something outside the box, and I think that was more special and was more mature and really the way to handle it to the point where it benefited the young folks.
Right.
You know, you actually got project level to invest in the young people, to invest in project level.
Right.
What made you go that route, and how did that come about?
It was kind of like, to be honest with you, because we're being honest, I think it that way just kind of fit the vision better, right? It was like we always try to figure it out. I always say this, try to figure. I remember one time I said, "Artists, y'all got to figure it out," and they got mad at me for it because it was like, "Oh, you a gatekeeper?" I was like, "No, I'm the opposite of a gatekeeper." But the point was, you know how, man, just being a good person and having people in positions like yourself, you know, in the position that you play, and they got your back in them certain situations. And so when we were debating if we were even going to post about it first, right? Because that's how a lot of people found out, was through a post that we made. But through that post, a promoter they used to book me back in the day. He was from San Jose, and he saw the post. And he reached out. He was like, "Look, bro, you always was good. Every time you came and performed, you was professional. You know what I mean? That type of stuff." And he knew the Chang family that owned Forever 21 at the time. He called them directly and said, "Look, something happened at one of y'all."
Degree of separation.
Always. He was like, "It's something that happened in one of y'all stores out there. It's making the news out there, and the dude that it happened to in his organization, he's a good dude. Y'all need to handle it immediately." And when I say 48 hours later, their whole team was up here. The designers, the lawyers, everybody was up here trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how we can make peace of it. And I think, you know how they say, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's right.
And I think because our youth was so talented and so dope and was so ready, you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, they were ready. So when they came to project level, they like, "Oh, y'all doing it," right? They were ready. And then we was like, "We want a deal." You know what I'm saying? We was like, "We want a deal. We want like give them an opportunity to show y'all what they got." So to be able to design, create the campaign, market it, do everything, and put it out, we sold out in like 3-4 days.
Right.
We dropped it during COVID, during the whole George Floyd, you know, situation. It was powerful for our people. We actually did the photo shoot on Juneteenth. I remember it just worked out perfectly. And it was a blessing, man. It was a blessing, and they introduced us and showed us the corporate side to this industry that we never seen before, and it was great. And we still, I mean, you know, shout out to them, Scott, and the whole team, and Diana, who's the global designer at the time. They not in business anymore, and eventually it folded, but the experience was unbelievable. We ain't got no bad blood with them. It was a great experience, but it could have went bad because if they didn't handle it that way, we for sure was gonna smash.
For sure, and
100%.
And I was ready.
Yeah, no, you was out the door. You was ready.
That's a testament to how you are,
Mhm.
the example you are
Yes,
for
sir.
our young folks, because really turning that into an experience and opportunity of a lifetime
Right.
for the youth, I think that's special.
Thank you, bro.
And thank you for being big enough to do it that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you've been doing this for a long time,
Mhm.
and obviously, you know, you're artists who have worked with so many different people.
Correct.
Like, what's your favorite collab, or who do you still want to collab with?
It's a weird one because when I do get asked this question, it's rare I get asked, but I always shock them. It's simple. It's a record I did on my Heart of the City album, which is my second album after the Black Tested Hood Approved album, which is Black Tested Hood Approved was the biggest one, but I think my best work was on this Heart of the City album. And I did a song with the Jack, R.I.P. to Jack,
R.I.P.
and
Jack.
it's called Summertime, and it's a very street gangster record. Like it's not radio at all.
Jack? Yeah.
Jack, and he gave me, you know, Jack at that time, like Jack's such a creative person. You don't know what you're going to get when you work with Jack sometime. He might be in the studio. He might freestyle a whole verse for you, go kill it, do his thing. He might mess around and recycle a verse from another song, all depending on the mood he in.
Right.
That boy, that's my brother, RP to him. And he wrote a customized verse, like from scratch. He was busting every bar. It was perfect. The song was perfect. Never really saw the light of day because it was such a grimy gangster record, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed recording it. And it's another record on my last album called Built to Last that got J Rock, who was, you know, under TDE he's with Kendrick Lamar and them, but we embraced early. He's a great dude, and he sent his verse up, and it was Hustler, who was Jack's brother. He had just got out of jail. He literally, I think it was like the first session after he did 5 years in the feds. He came straight to the studio. We ran to each other. He dropped the hook and the verse on it, and it's a song called "We Stay Mobbing" on Built to Last. Built to Last. Those two collabs, like I work with everybody. I work with Short 40, everybody. Although it was pleasant, it was a great time with all of them. But those two records was personal.
Anybody you want to work with that you haven't?
I still want to sit down. I mean, I'm that dude that probably would take the meeting with Hove over the 500,000 with Hove, because like we've all dealt with money throughout time, and it's like I feel like money comes and goes, right? But I believe what I can build and learn from an individual that's in that position, and someone who I've kind of been studying my whole career. And like I said, I always study Jay-Z, I'm talking about. I always study Jay-Z and try to adapt it and fit it in the format of where we at in the back. I never wanted to was trying to be Jay. I was trying to take what Jay was doing and model it and create something over here for our version of it that fits our culture. Right. And I would literally take that 30-minute meeting, sit down, and I got a million questions for dude. So it wouldn't even be music. It's going to go by super quick. Sure. But I believe that because I've studied the man so long, I think we will connect, and there will probably be a lot of meetings after that. Yeah. Feel me? So I roll the dice on that one.
I got you.
You feel me? Yeah.
We had an opportunity to be in a commercial, me and Percy, that you did, Nike Air Max. It was fun. A campaign, and it was actually, these Air Maxes got the Bay on the shoe.
Yes.
How that project come about? How did you get in that? And thanks for the opportunity.
No, of course, no problem, bro. It was great. Shoe Palace, like I said, the whole team at Shoe Palace, the fan, because it's a family down there. We've been close for like 15 years, and when we started Project Level, they try to find ways to get involved and support us in this, that, and the third. But that was like the first real time they reached out. They saw what we were doing. They saw what the youth was doing, and they like, look, we have this shoe that Nike's finna put out. They kind of was the distributor basically, right? For sure. And it's paying homage to the Bay, but we literally got 20 hours to get this commercial done. You know what I mean? I'm like 20 hours, bro. So we had to submit a treatment, the whole layout, the whole plan. Thank God they had the cameraman. Shout out to Yellow. He's amazing.
Thank God you already got a team that's ready.
Boom. Team was ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. They was ready. I sent it over to Chloe, Camille, Danielle, the whole team, and we had it whipped up, ready to go. Sent it to them. They approved it. They sent the cameras out the next day. I called all y'all like, hey, we got something. Let's do it. Y'all was ready. That's that friendship right there. We showed up. We shot it. And when I say epic, it was epic, bro. It crashed the Nike website, which is crazy. The shoe sold out in hours. Yeah, it wasn't days. Yeah,
couldn't get it.
Man, the shoe sold out in days. And Nice Kicks over on Hate was like the headquarters of it. They're forever grateful. Yep, exactly. They were forever grateful. It was great. It was a great opportunity, great experience for us. The city was put, and a lot of people felt the way because it was a Bay shoe. You get what I'm saying? And we definitely got a lot of Oakland dudes out to the city, but I feel like it's my duty to always represent for this city. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna be the executive director of this video, or this commercial, in that point, I'm putting the city in position. I don't care. And I feel like us representing the Bay and everybody that was involved in the process made it the Bay. But I kind of just wanted it to be in my hometown, which I feel like anybody in my position would have did the same thing.
It's the right thing to do. And you only had 20 hours to make that magic happen too as well.
No, absolutely. But it was fun. It was dope.
And what do you think an artist's role should be in community?
Today, I think more than ever, we definitely need more Mr. Fabs and Big Riches and and Filthy Riches, what he's doing over in Oakland. We need a lot more of that. La Russell, what he's doing in Vallejo, especially now because I feel where music has went, it's influencing our youth more than ever right now. But it's being influenced with this drill, this drilling, and so I think that music is expression. What them youngsters is going through is real. It's real stuff happening. So they only telling their story, but it's another side to it too. All the kids that we lost throughout the years, they mama knew a different version of them. You get what I'm saying? They mama loved them. They mama saw the goodness in them. They saw the love in them, right? Even if the streets turned them into a demon, the kids need to see both sides too. You ain't a demon 24/7, bro. No matter what you think, your mama, you go kiss your mama, your cousin, your girlfriend, whoever it is. I feel like right now, even if we're going to talk about certain things that's really happening, right? It's real. I don't want to stop people from expressing themselves and this, that, and the third, but we got to give a balance, right? Responsible part. We got to show a balance because, like, everybody ain't good all the time. Everybody ain't bad all the time. Excuse me for the lack of terminology. I'm just gonna keep it real simple.
For sure.
Everybody ain't always on point. There's both sides to it, but we have to see that balance so we can give them options to know that it ain't just. Your life don't have to end up just that way, right? Same thing when you pointed out about the Forever 21 situation. We could have went broke them windows out in that store, did all of that, which could have happened. Now, I'm not against it because at times you have to apply pressure.
Right.
You have to do that. But then there's other ways to skin a cat too. So I feel right now artists should definitely be in the community to understand or to help the youth understand the other sides of it. And maybe that person's circumstance isn't allowing him to live the life that he could because of a big brother pulled him into the shit, whatever the case might be. But we still need that balance because there still are some youngsters that have a shot, that have a chance, right? And we can't close the door on them. And I feel like all I hear at this point is that, like, and I remember when we was young, we was trying to get on the radio. We didn't really, you know what I mean? So, but I definitely think
there wasn't no social media.
It wasn't
no other platforms.
It wasn't
to the people the same way.
And that's why I feel the influence is even stronger today because now we can access these artists even more. You know what I mean? And I'm doing a shout out and a call out to everybody. Like, let's all come together and do because our influence, bro, is at the highest level it's ever been. So imagine what we can really do. Like, imagine what changes we can make if we all came together. If y'all don't want to rap together, it's cool, but we can definitely do something for the community. We can definitely do something to even put the pressure on the powers that be to give us the resources that we need in the community too. It's all different ways we can do it. So I think rappers should be on the front line with us. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to all our artists who are really in community demonstrating.
Absolutely.
What life should be like and keeping it real with our young folks.
Definitely.
Because some of this stuff is just artistry. Some of this stuff is reality. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we got a responsibility.
We do.
To take care of our folks.
100%. 100%. Shamann, talk about the next. Your headlining comedy shows. You got one of the biggest viral music videos of all time out of San Francisco. Come on, man. This you got a book. Like, Shamann, bro. I feel like we're talking to each other. We're mirroring each other. He's a mogul too, y'all. Y'all already know that, though.
I'm just trying to play my part.
Yeah, you playing a lot of parts, man. You got a lot. That's real. That's real. So, but hold on. Before we go though, what's next? What can your fans be looking forward to? I'm talking about life after politics.
I mean,
we talked about this.
This answer gonna sound corny. But I still got a year plus left on my
Yes,
term.
you do. You do.
So right now, I'm really focused on all the things in front of us because we got a lot of stuff to deal with here in the city. You know, what's happening at the national level, what's happening in our community, the deficits that we face, and it's a lot of stuff that I got to keep my focus on being the best District 10 supervisor. Yeah. But I guarantee you, around this time next year, we'll definitely know what's going on.
I'm going to ask you one more question that's a little bit spicier, though.
Okay.
In the midst of, we've seen all these shifts that happen in the city. We've seen the way that they try to keep us out or try to make sure that we get these bad raps. For someone who's kept it real, 100, right? Because we keep it 100 on this show. How have you navigated through all of these traps that they set, I feel, for us, right? And keeping it solid the whole time, being authentic the whole time for District 10 and riding as hard as you do. And they haven't been able to get you on nothing. Like, and when I say get you on nothing, fake stories, false narratives, trying to destroy your character. Forget all the other stuff, just trying to destroy your character. How have you been able to navigate through that?
I mean, obviously, keep God first.
Yes, sir.
But for me, I got the same people I came into all this with.
That's real.
From the ground up when I was in West Point, as a youngster, from growing up in Vallejo, like I got the same folks.
Right, that's right.
I kept the same crowd with me my whole life.
I can tell.
One pretty soon.
Yeah.
So it ain't penetratable.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best explanation I can get. I mean, and they they put stuff out. They try to hit me and try to kill me, try to say I live in Vallejo.
Yeah.
Try to blame me, London, and everybody for mistakes that happen, for doing something right for Black folks, like the Dream Keeper initiative. So it's a lot of stuff they try to hit me with. But
I feel like you're doing a great job. And when I talk about inspiration, I feel like that's like you are that point that I'm talking about, because to go through all of that and you still authentically yourself. Well, we done seen a lot of people in music, in business, in politics, in community let this stuff change them, and they feel like they got to fit a mold to be able to stay in position. And you be authentically yourself, and you leading by example. So that shit dope, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
And it's the last thing I say. And London used to say this, like, I'm not gonna do this job and be in fear of doing it, right?
Sure.
So I gotta be 100%. And if I see an issue and I got a concern, I'm not gonna be scared to talk about it, speak on it, fight for the folks that need us, even if it risks, somebody being mad at me in the political world.
That's real. Well, shout out to you, bro.
For sure.
Thank you.
So I do, at the end of every session, I do a little rapid fire question.
Okay.
So it's either just going to be a quick answer or yes or no.
I'm with it.
And it's only a few questions. Rapping or acting?
Acting. I'm gonna tell you why. Can I?
Yeah, of course.
No, because it's a new channel. I feel like rapping, I've been doing it for so long. It don't get me excited the way acting do. Acting is a whole, and it's so you can go so far to it. So acting.
Now you are a girl dad.
Yes.
Did you ever want boys?
Man, I still want a boy. I don't feel complete. I don't feel complete. I ain't done until I get my son.
Okay,
You know what I mean? That's
90s or 2000s.
Ain't nothing like the 90s. I think the 90s is the best decade in human history.
Okay.
But I was a young man in the 2000s. I became a man in 2000s. So I'm gonna rock with my 2000s. But the 90s is the best decade ever.
I'm gonna go with you on the 90s, but I know a lot of people, who want to throw the 80s in there.
Yeah, 80s was great too. I was so young. I was mad that I wasn't able to enjoy it the same way. But bro, fashion, music, food, culture, the 90s, man, it was sick. It was sick. I love the 90s.
You rather be from the East Coast or the West Coast?
Oh, I love where I'm from. I'm gonna say the West Coast, but East Coast got my heart too, though. Yeah. I love everything out there. New York used to be every time we had to go to New York, it was my favorite times. You feel me?
Okay.
But I'm a West Coaster. I just think it's more to offer over there for me, what I like to do on the East Coast. But I love the West Coast. That's where I'm from.
And so, what's your favorite place to visit?
It used to be New York. I think the Bahamas is my favorite place to go, though. Okay. It's a connection I got with the Bahamas out there. It's like I wanted to move there after I visit there type stuff. It's like it ain't even a vacation thing. It was just a culture. But recently I went to New Orleans for the first time. My whole dad's side is from New Orleans, and I fell in love with Louisiana, man. That for sure feels like home. But if I had to pick one, I say not the Bahamas. I say New Orleans.
Well, it's a lot of magic in New Orleans. Great food.
Yeah.
Great people. A lot of history down there. So
really
I can definitely understand that. Y'all got us. Episode 4, Shamann Walton's 100% Real podcast. Like and subscribe on YouTube. I'm here with my man, Big Rich. And like I said, what better than to have somebody of many talents, amazing human being, rapper, actor, manager, executive director, executive producer. I know I'm missing something, entrepreneur, but my man Big Rich, thank you for taking the time to come and just bless the podcast.
Absolutely, bro.
Talk about, the history of how you got in the game, what you're doing now. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. But anything else you want to tell anybody before we get out of here and going about this crazy Friday?
Right. Now I want to give my gratitude to you too. You and the team Percy, of course, he over here chilling, he ain't on camera right now. But y'all have like unconditionally supported and loved on everything that we did, everything that we do when you didn't have to. We met just in the game, just passing, and then we got to really, really, really bond on our trip to Israel together in 2016. Right. And you've been more than a colleague, more than a fellow community leader and a supervisor. You've been a friend the whole time, and it's rare to meet individuals like you. So I want to give you your flowers on that, and thank you for everything that you've done in support of everything we do. Because really, that's all sometimes we need. It's just somebody that care about what you're doing, and then that motivates us to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for that.
That go both ways.
100%,
Love you,
baby.
Big Rich.
Love you too, bro.
Appreciate you.
For sure. Always. Love for life, baby.